Giving all praises to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai by Hashem Hakwadash, saying double honors to our apostles and elders here at Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the Lord's hopefully elect. So this is going to be a judgment upon those that decides to take that chip. Not only are you going to be marked for death for the nuclear missiles, but say like the people who are outside of America or in different parts of the world, or even in America, they're going to face some excruciating pain, as the scripture says, is going to fall upon those who take the chip, which is the RFID. The RFID microchip is the mark of the beast in the scriptures. And, here's the proof. So this was actually back in 2022. So this is well before Elon Musk was even considered to be on a team of a president. This was 2022. So this was during Biden. And it says Elon Musk's Neuralink brain chips tests and kills 15 monkeys out of 23. Company accused of causing extreme suffering, says report. So what you got to understand is that this devil is moving fast because time is not on his side. So everything that he's going to do it in haste. So notice, don't expect any proper testing or anything like that. They're going to skip all that. Just like they did with the jab. When they brought the jab, what did they say? You even had actual doctors who weren't afraid to speak up. They say, first of all, the only way for you to really test jabs, it takes years of testing. You can't overnight and make something up and say, okay, this is. See, what they did was, how they tricked the people was, they said that this is, they gave it the emergency use authorization. So it wasn't, what's the word? It was authorized, but it wasn't. The word would basically where they could say is tested and approved and safe and all that. It wasn't that. It was authorized. You understand? So what happened was they authorized it. And then all those companies, your job, all those things, those companies use an excuse to say, well, you gotta take this. While Big Pharma, while Moderna, while all Johnson & Johnson, they all had immunity, full immunity from any legal lawsuits or suing anything. You couldn't come to them for anything, for any and all damages. So that's how the devil had set up the people. And a lot of you took it out of fear. You took something that wasn't, approved through years of testing. You just took it because it was authorized. And a lot of people went 6 feet under because of it. And a lot of you people who took it now are regretting it because you did it out of fear. Well, chances are, if you took that, then you're going to take that chip when they bring that chip, because they're going to bring the chip in the same like manner, except it's going to be worse, because not only they're going to stop you from your bank account access, and not only that, they're going to resort to putting people to death. Public execution. Trump already brought that back. Actually, one of his bills that he passed as soon as he got in office that's pending is to bring back public executions. He's going old school style. He's going Neo-Roman style, because public executions strike fear in the hearts of the people. As the book of Revelation chapter 20 verse 4 says, and I saw thrones and they that sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them, and I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushua and for the word of Yahweh, which did not worship the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands, and they lived and reigned with Hamashiach 1,000 years. So that's the proof that the believers, many are going to be beheaded. And that's going to be literal too. Literal beheaded, such as guillotine or even put to death. The guillotine strikes fear in most people because it's an old school, an ancient way of execution. And Trump is the man for it. Trump passed the bill to bring back public execution. As soon as he got in office, this is prophecy building up. So that's going to be life or death. So a lot of people are going to take it out of fear of being put to death. And a lot of you are going to take it just so you can maintain your status in society. Well, guess what? According to the scriptures, before you eat the missiles, if you want the soils of America, you're going to suffer a grievous, painful sore, as the scripture says. Now, let's see. They got a video on here, which I'm not going to play, but they're just showing the advancement of it. So they're using monkeys. It says PCRM also claimed that out of 23 monkeys owned by Neuralink, only 7 survived the test and were transferred to a Neuralink facility in 2020, while 15 died. However, Neuralink said only 8 were euthanized. So they put 8 down because they were suffering so bad. They couldn't function, those monkeys, which mean that the other 7 just flat out died. And they probably died horrible deaths before they died. Okay, it says Tesla chief Musk Neuralink has been using monkeys to advocate the progress of its chips. And they show this, right? So when you go to the book of Revelation 16, it says, and I heard a great voice out of the temple saying unto the 7 angels, go your ways and pour out vials on the wrath of Yahweh, upon the earth. And the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worshipped his image. So this is judgment prior to the missiles. Go to that word sore. Helkos. It says a wound. A wound producing a discharge, a sore, or an ulcer, which is like a sore. It's like an internal sore. And it said grievous. Greek word for grievous, poneros, full of labors, annoyances, hardships. So bad, okay? So this is going to be like a torture. And what that sore is going to be, as we say, is going to be CANCER. You know, I'm taking the risk just doing this video because they actually took down Elder Yashawam's video just for going over the same topic. I wonder why. Because when they bring that chip in a likewise manner, they're gonna skip all that testing. They're gonna say, look, we got enough subjects. You all need to take this chip. They don't care how, they're not gonna care about thoroughly testing in years and years. They're not gonna do that. They're gonna get a few subjects to say, look, you know, they're not even the people that they signing up for the chip. They're not showing you the ones that's no longer with us. They're not showing you the ones that's probably having seizures or that's regretting it and probably asking to be put down. They're not going to show you that. They're going to show you the one that's doing so-called well, and they'll put on the TV. But they're not going to show you exactly how many people that they done lost because of it. Why? So they could push you to go get it. And they're going to say this is proof that it works. And they're going to do away with the American dollar, and they're going to establish a centralized banking. They're trying to speed things up. That's what you have to realize. Everything they're doing is fast paced. When they say 2030, they're really trying to get it done ASAP. Lord willing, we don't make it that far. But they're trying to establish an infrastructure to obtain that. I mean, and you could pretty much tell it's very soon because the dollar is collapsing every single day. Prices are getting higher. The people can't afford to do certain things anymore. So everything's collapsing. Banks are closing. This debt bubble is about to bust. Right? And it can't go on for much longer. So they're going to have to implement a alternative, which is going to be that digital structure. And their goal is basically complete control. And they know that they have a limited time. So everything they're going to do is going to be fast paced. So when they bring that chip, They're gonna waiver just like they did. Yeah, they're gonna waiver all the approvals for testing and years of testing. They're gonna waiver all. They'll say, look, we're gonna bypass this, and out of emergency, we're gonna do what? They're gonna say they're gonna authorize it. So no, there's not gonna be any safe testing or anything like that. And you're gonna have a lot of people who's gonna get it. You have a lot of people who already has it. But what you're gonna hear and see from those people is they're gonna suffer a grievous sore. And we believe it's gonna have something to do with the radiation, because that on top of the whole 5G is gonna be an internal sore on wherever they get it. If it's in their mind, oh man, if it's in their head, oh man, that's a horrible, grievous, agonizing, painful punishment before your death. And then for your hand, we believe it's going to be the same thing. It's going to be some type of cancer. That's what we believe. And it's going to be because of that. And the more people that get it around the world, don't be surprised if we start to hear stories because of it. But this is just one more example not to take that chip. You're not going to have a peaceful going, because either way, you're going to get hit with a nuclear missile. And prior to you getting hit with a nuclear missile, you're going to take a grievous punishment, grievous sore from Yahweh Yahushua on your way out. So you're not going to get an easy going. Those who take the chip don't get an easy going. You understand? So do not take the MOTB. Shalom.